Oh yeah, man. Y'all gotta come on in here for this one. It's finally coming to pass. Like the chickens is coming home to roost. See, when they out for you, they out for you. For I'm telling you. Now information that's broke on media takeout. Let y'all know I ain't making this up, right? That the feds plan to charge Diddy with Tupac murder. This is crazy, right? They probably, you know what? Let's just read the article. I'm gonna read the article, then we gonna talk about it. Media takeout. This per media takeout. Media takeout just received blockbuster news. Federal agent, right? Hold on. Make sure I'm good. All right, I'm good. I'm good. Federal agents are seeking to charge Diddy with the 1990s rapper, with the death of the 1990s rapper Tupac Shakur, and have called former members of Diddy's team to the grand jury to give testimony. All right, let's go down and read the article. We spoke with people close to Diddy's legal team who dropped a bombshell exclusive to media takeout. Or insiders explain the feds have called people to testify in a connection with the Tupac murder to the grand jury. Now, the feds don't waste time if they don't think nothing is there. If the feds want to inquire about this, it's serious. It's police is investigating, right? It's different. But when the feds want to call and test, that means it's been enough smoke. And where all half the smoke come from? All the smoke about the Tupac connection with the Puffy, the Tupac murder unalive in connection with Puffy, right? That's the internet flow. That's the last 10 years on the internet, right? So the feds is watching. They've been watching all these interviews. They've been paying attention to the hip hop scene for them to want to question people about Puffy involvement to the Tupac murder when that happened 30 years ago. And they supposedly supposed to have the man Keefe D. Somebody's already charged with that, Keefe D. So Keefe D might be singing. Why are the feds interested when we knew this whole time this kind of being a rumor, right? This being a rumor, P. Diddy connection to the Tupac unaliving, right? So why now, after all this, after all the new Diddy crimes, they added this. This is on the back burner. This just being added. So it's some new information, some type of tangible evidence has been discovered because there's nothing major new that broke in the Tupac unaliving information in a while. It's been the same stories regurgitated and regurgitated, but the feds, nobody never made a move on it. So is there new information? Is there new evidence to the contrary to make the feds want people to testify? Right? So they calling people to testify. That's further than question until your side what you know. So this officially shows, oh, if we all been asking, I wonder what Puffy get connected to Tupac. Well, this article right here, per media takeout, lets you know the feds is on that too with P. Diddy, right? They coming for the gusto for this man, right? And we're told that Diddy's legal team is frustrated. The insider continued, it's a giant fishing expedition. They are trying to charge Diddy here. The next thing they're going to do is say he killed Elvis. Um, Diddy legal team. No, no, it's not like no. It's a lot of smoke around Puffy to Tupac. At the very least, if Tupac was just murdered today, or when he was, unalive back then, right? When he was unalive back then, man, this put it like this. It was always smoke there. with P Diddy, and when Tupac went down, he was on that short list of suspects. Because when somebody gets unalive, the first thing they would want to know is, let's say a regular person off the streets just get unalive, right? The police gonna ask questions, family members, friends. Well, was he into it with anybody? Do you have any enemies? Did he have any differences with somebody? Did somebody owe him money? You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. Things of that nature. So P. Diddy would have been on that short list then, and people who was probable to have something to do with the unaliving of Tupac. Lawyers conspiracy theory. No, a conspiracy theory is not you on a short list. Somebody you was enemies with end up being unalive. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's you a suspect. It ain't like he ain't a suspect in Elvis, whatever happened. He's not a suspect in nobody else. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a suspect and be a conspiracy theory, right? He's a suspect. Like this dude, we can't put nothing past this dude. He's doing deal with the trafficking and all the things he's charged with. They y'all know it's Keefy D that they ain't in conversations and communications but this article say he shouldn't make jokes, right? Federal 99.5% of the charge they bring. They charge people death, he's cooked. One thing about this 99 guilty verdict, most see say federal prosecutor plea. So most dudes don't even go to court against the feds, because usually when the feds charge you, they have an unsurmountable amount of evidence. They have a convincing amount of evidence, allegedly, right? That feds convince most people to plead, because they ain't gonna charge a case where it's, you know, a okay amount of evidence. They gonna charge when they feel like it's a reasonable doubt amount of evidence before we even get to anywhere and start breaking down and going to battle in courts. Like this gonna be an unsurmountable amount of evidence. All we see the feds, they like to just do. All we gotta do is present the evidence. We ain't gotta argue against your defense attorney. We ain't gotta trying to convince this jury. We're gonna present all this evidence. When they actually go to trial, they actually can't be beat, right? When somebody don't take the plea and go to trial, it's been a lot of people that beat them, right? So they ain't 99.5% on people who fighting it. It's actually lower with people who fight it, but they usually come correct and get you to plea out. But this dude who wrote this article is right. This ain't nothing to joke about. If they charge him with that, man, right? P. Diddy, he really telling everything. If they try to come at him with that, right? If they like, we finna hit you with this, he really gonna tell everything. Because if you add Mr. Shakur unalive on top of this, he will never get out of jail. He'll be buried under the jail, right? He probably wouldn't make it. Somebody would definitely unalive him. If it's from the people in the industry or just these crazy Pac fans, right? He will be really done. And if the feds charge him with the Pac, it's gonna be about that now, right? Because then that gonna connect. You're gonna bring Keefe D back in the situation, and that whole 90 situation is gonna be relived. And then they're gonna revisit the Biggie situation. Like this trial might lead to so many other trials, or so many trials basically combined in one, and they ain't gonna make no sense, right? And this right here, if we hear he being charged with that, this will make this the trial of mankind. Forget of the century or this time. This will be the besides when they put Jesus on trial, this will be the biggest trial of all time. The implications that it have. Y'all best believe me, Diddy want this. Diddy legal insiders told us that the feds are planning on paying Diddy in his entire bad boy enterprise as some sort of organized crime family with Diddy at the head of the family. It's crazy what the feds are trying to do. It's un-American. The insider ended, right? That's that with that article. But he said the feds are planning on painting Diddy and its entire bad boy enterprise as some sort of organized crime family with Diddy at the head. Now, to charge him with that, we got to have other charges. Where the family at? He can't be the only one charged. See, when Gotti and them went down, they wasn't the only ones that went down. Those who didn't went down was the ones that snitched. So either somebody from Bad Boy is about to have to snitch, right? Or they finna be a part of this enterprise. It really finna be a RICO. That's RICO. This is RICO language. Organized crime family, that's RICO. RICO was created for the mafia, organized crime. So now it's going to be an organized SEX trafficking, SA assault, and murder. Like it gonna be murder, and you got drugs involved. So you got unalivings, you got drugs, you got trafficking, you got assaults, you got the RAPE word, right? People gonna fold. But the big next step is the person to be charged in connection. Now we seen Naomi Campbell get hit with something, but they ain't directly tied it yet. But we know Naomi Campbell used to be rumored to date Puffy back in the day, and she used to go through the freak offs. Macer, the New York mayor, we heard about him, Eric Adams, whatever his name. Puffy the key to the city this year, if I'm not mistaken, right? Brooks. Then you got Swiss Beats, all facing scandals and situations, right? It's moving kind of fast. All the people that's popping up. Next big bombshell will definitely be this, and the next big bombshell will somebody else in organized crime family, right? So they didn't come at it this hard from the beginning, talking about RICO with Diddy. But after going through all the evidence they got, all the videos and the testimonies that they getting, now they like, this is RICO, this is organized crime, right? They even building more on that case after Puffy is in jail, right? So I ain't making it. I ain't gonna keep y'all too long, right? This is a quick live. Get Carter TV going. I got Carter Sports over there. They demonetized Carter Sports because your boy was kicking that real, telling that truth, right? Right? So they wanted to take that down, but I got Carter TV. So please hit subscribe. Go subscribe to Carter Sports too, because I'm gonna keep that channel up and rolling and going. But now I'm building Carter TV. It's gonna be sports over here too, but it's gonna be mostly entertainment. And I'm definitely covering this Diddy situation, especially after Pac is involved, bro. Especially after this Pac situation, because we already know Keefe D down. So this means Keefe D, he might be telling, or the feds believe all this smoke that always been around P Diddy with the with Tupac connection. But it gotta be something different, right? It gotta be something new. And as far as the Tupac thing, to make the feds want to get either some intangible evidence, which is hard after 30 years, or it's some new confessionals, right? And you would think it'd be hard because so many people that's involved around that is dead. Von Zip, he's no longer here. Everybody that was in the car with Keefe D is no longer here. So the Keefe D, his only connection to P Diddy is to him lending him lowriders, right? His personal confessions. I don't think he have no tangible evidence that him and P Diddy was friends and used to communicate on the regular, and this was communicated to make this hit. Now Keefe D said on the interview that after Pac dropped the "Hit 'Em Up" video, he said Puffy was scared. and he had 500,000 on Tupac head, and he had 500,000 on Suge head, right? And Keefy D said he wanted Suge even more than Pac, so he placed a double bounty. It ain't like, according to Keefy D, it ain't like he said, "Give me Pac, give me Suge." No, I want Pac and Suge. I got a half a meal ticket for both of them. Now, do Keefy D got anything besides his word to prove that? We don't know, right? And will Keefy D, if he did, if he was the telltale for real, because it's hard because Keefy D is trying to get out his situation, right? And he trying to get out his situation by saying that was all for clout. I told them stories to get money for interviews, and it was for clout, right? But if he double back on that and come at Diddy, he can't say it for clout. But this could be his get out of jail free card. They'll be like, "We know you didn't pull the trigger. We know you were just a driver in Tupac. So if you tell us and help us prove that Puffy um paid you guys, or was supposed to pay you guys for unaliving Mr. Shakur and Mr. Knight, we'll let you walk because you didn't actually pull the trigger. You was the driver, and this was 30 years ago." Will Keefy D still trying to keep it solid, right? And be that street dude for Southside Compton crib, right? Or he gonna say, "I'm trying to spend the rest of my life in jail." That game back like, it's about me now. Forget the G code, and go to telling like he was on Vlad TV. He might have to tell like he was telling on Vlad TV to get out of his situation and Keefy D's possible blessing in disguise. The one man that's bigger than him that the police would probably let him tell on and let him walk or give him like said, this is P. Diddy, is this monster of a man that was sex trafficking and beating on women and doing all what he was doing, drug GBH and the baby yo-yo. It's P. Diddy, right? They might let him walk, but who knows? But this got me wondering, somebody got to be talking. It said the feds call people to testify. And if the feds call people to testify, it's against. So who they will be calling to testify, right? Let me go back down to it one more time before I get out of here. Whoever they be calling to testify to the grand jury got to have a damning testimony against Puffy. Media Takeout just received blockbuster news. Federal agents are seeking to charge Diddy with the death of the 1990s rappers Tupac Shakur and have called former members of Diddy's team to the grand jury to give testimony. To give testimony is not questioning, right? If they put you up there to give a testimony, they already partly know what your testimony is supposed to be. Right, we spoke to people close to Diddy legal team who dropped a bombshell exclusive to Media Takeout. Our insiders explained the feds have called people to testify in connection with the Tupac unaliving to the Diddy's grand jury, and were told that Diddy's legal team is frustrated with the entire grand jury process. The insider continued, "It's a giant fishing expedition to try to charge Diddy with conspiracy, every conspiracy theory out there. The next thing they're gonna say he killed Elvis, unalive Elvis." Excuse me, YouTube, y'all be tripping. Hope y'all don't trip on this page. Right? But Diddy's legal team shouldn't make jokes. This is very serious. Most definitely. Diddy legal insider also told us the feds are planning on painting Diddy and his entire bad boy enterprise as some sort of organized crime with Diddy at the head of the family. This is going to a RICO. That's what the feds is pushing for. Feds ain't playing with this when they bringing up the Pac unalive. They ain't playing, y'all. So I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Hit the like, hit subscribe. Your boy be having content. I be having that work. Rock with your boy. Until then, I'm out.